What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overload here. We're going to be talking about a few different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about Crystal Lake, Scream 7, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and the Buffy the Vampire Slayer sequel series. Starting off here with Crystal Lake, we're going to be diving into some of the rumored characters you can expect to appear in the show. And again, I will stress, these are just rumored, not confirmed. I just want to go over the names I've been hearing. Keep in mind, though, this series is supposed to be allegedly starting filming in June and last until October out in New Jersey under the working title of Mama's Boy. And I know diehard fans of the franchise have been clamoring to see their favorite Mama's Boy back for over 16 years at this point, so hopefully Crystal Lake lives up to everyone's expectations. But here are some of the characters you can expect to appear in Crystal Lake. Now, allegedly, they are bringing back Claudette, Barry, and Crazy Ralph. There's one other person, but I just wanted to highlight those three. But these three are rumored to be included in the upcoming Crystal Lake series. I don't know why I never considered Claudette and Barry, since they are the very first two victims in that original film, I believe. And I'm curious to see how this show expands on their relationship with Pamela Voorhees. They didn't seem too surprised when she appeared. It came off as if they knew her. I haven't watched the original in a while, but I recall that scene always feeling like they knew who she was. So I'm excited to see how they dig into that relationship and how they might tie into, obviously, what she's mad about, which is the demise of her son, Jason Voorhees. And I want to share this when it comes to Crystal Lake. I think this is a great opportunity to dive into a character who is completely undervalued, because I know many people will say the first film is boring. So what they do is they write off Pamela's significance to this story. I don't think this is going to be a Jason show at the top. It's going to be heavily driven by Pamela. We'll see young versions of Jason, and then if it's allowed to continue, they will build into the traditional hockey mask Jason that everybody wants to see. But I think that they're going to capitalize on the brand popularity that people come to see Jason, and they're going to tell us a story rooted in a character who is highly undervalued when it comes to her significance in Jason's story, and that's his mother. Because when you look at that first film, again, it's often regarded as being boring. So Pamela gets lost and discarded. And this show, hopefully with Linda Cardellini bringing the character to life, will highlight how important Pamela actually is to Jason's story. So fingers crossed that is a successful show and narrative. Now let's talk about Scream 7. David Arquette says his Scream 7 return was supposed to be a secret. He shared this in an interview with ComingSoon.net while promoting one of his latest upcoming films. He said it was a spoiler. It wasn't supposed to be released. It was supposed to be a surprise. I'm not really supposed to talk about it too much, but Kevin Williamson was directing, and that was a real thrill. And it's amazing to see him be able to have that opportunity and to get Nev back in this one. And Matthew, it's exciting. I love playing the role of Dewey, and I will always love playing the role of Dewey. Now, I don't know how truthful this is. I do believe what he is saying, but I also have my reservations on, are you just doing damage control? Because when I consider where this information came from, it didn't come from anyone like me. It didn't come from anyone like Daniel Rickman or any of the other reputable people out there who share things and get things right. It came from sites like Variety. It came from reputable trades. So how is this supposed to be a surprise, yet they put it out there? Usually, from my experience, there's some sort of green light given. So I just find it hard to believe, to an extent, that this was a spoiler that was released to the public. If anything, there must have been a decision, I would think, internally to get ahead of whatever inevitable leaks would have come. Now, I never heard about Dewey Riley coming back. That never crossed my desk. That never came to me in any way, shape, or form. I just hope that they use him in a memorable capacity that is not just him being part of those voices, AI voices that people are expecting. He needs to be crucial to whatever they have cooked up for Gale. He needs to be portrayed in some sort of flashback or maybe some type of manifestation on screen during Gale's final moments if she bites it this time around. I don't want to see him just come back to be part of that AI gimmick that they are definitely going to be doing. Now, let's talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer. We got this new look at Jennifer Love Hewitt as Julie James in I Know What You Did Last Summer, thanks to Jennifer Caton Robinson, the director, sharing this on her IG story a couple days ago at this point. I'm going to draw attention to the detail, a big detail, if you believe it, some noticed, and that is this. Is Julie James now married? Some are convinced that you can see a wedding ring if you zoom in on this photo, and if true, I doubt she's married to Ray. If she's married to Ray, that's fine, but from what we have been seeing with the behind-the-scenes looks and the footage of this trailer, it does not appear to be the case that Ray and Julie got married after all this time. They seem to be completely separate. Even the image that we see of Julie looking at Ray doesn't come off like a wife looking at her husband. It comes off like an ex-girlfriend coming face to face with her ex-boyfriend for the first time in who knows how long. They're not on bad terms, it doesn't feel like, but it definitely feels like unfamiliar territory to her. Just me trying to read her face. It feels like I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Oh, it's happening again. How can I help? That's what it comes off like. Now, I have to revisit the trailer to see if I can see a ring on her finger when she is shown very briefly walking on what, again, looks like a college campus. She seems to be in her professor era. I would love to know what she's teaching. And if she's married to someone, I doubt it is Ray. I, again, wholeheartedly just care mostly about how she is used. Whether she lives or dies is not that important to me. It's all about where do we take Julie from the moment she's on screen to when she leaves the screen. If she lives, that's not solely then going to be me saying, oh, you did a good job. How did you use her? If you used her poorly and she lived, I don't care. You still used her poorly. Just like how if she dies, but you used her well, I'm going to commend you for that. I'm going to praise you. That's all I care about. How do you use them? Make them worthwhile. Don't just have them here for the sake of, oh, you know, we're doing another one. We had to bring them back because they're legacy stars. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about here is going to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the revival series or sequel series that's coming sooner rather than later, if it gets a pilot order to series. But there is a character that seemingly makes me now doubt Nova living in Sunnydale like I originally stated. Nova's presence in Sunnydale seems to be a work in progress, and that's because it would appear what's actually going on is Sunnydale is allegedly being rebuilt. And the reason I know this is because there is this alleged character who is a climate activist. She seems to have this idea in her mind, like what Willow had in her mind during that Pangs episode of season 4, that this is sacred land and it should not be touched because it belonged to another group of people, which I'm drawing a blank on that tribe's name, but they were in the episode Pangs. And because of this, there is a dead body that pops up. It temporarily stops the build, and that's all that this activist cares about. She's very happy to hear about that. But there's also this character named Mr. Boyd who allegedly is going to appear in the show, and he's hosting some sort of blood drive that the students are signing themselves up for willingly, which on the surface seems a little bit hard to grasp that people are willingly signing up for a blood drive. But then again, we don't know how ignorant people are to the supernatural still in this world. It could very much still be the case of what Giles said all those years ago. People have a way of making sense of things that don't make sense to them. That's how they cope. So again, you can expect some sort of climate activist character. I'm not gonna lie, she does seem to be very annoying, and you can expect Sunnydale to allegedly be getting rebuilt. Again, none of this is confirmed. I just wanted to share some other rumors that have been sent to me and bring them to light on this channel. But let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notification so you never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to all of my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course, to let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.